Okay, so we're gonna make some much needed changes to just at the very end of the level. I always knew I'd probably do something else up here. It just never really was a problem until now. It was more of a thing to do later, I mean. But yeah, this part, I'm not touching that right now. But basically when the player gets up here, there's now like a little sequence to sort of top off the level, give players some reassurance that there's a lot more to look forward to for the rest of the game. So they'll run into like these, just ignore this guy for now, this gated area here, and we're gonna have some Lickguanas up on top of the wall, and they're gonna be real snickery, kind of just like, I don't know, cartoonishly evil, but still kind of dopey. And one guy's gonna jump down, and there's gonna be these two mechanisms up on the wall. I don't have any placeholder there. I probably should have put one there. Basically, you just gotta destroy both of them to just open the gate. And the player just does that by throwing the guys at them. And if the player were to accidentally throw him, say, like way over there, another one would just jump down. So, anyways, we'll do the details of that eventually. But afterwards, the gate opens up, and everybody that was snickery up there kind of like runs out of frame, out of view. So this would like lift up. And then there'd be a sleeping one here, just like sleeping, sitting on his butt. And there'd be a bunch of Lickguanas like behind him, kind of afraid of you because they saw how you beat up their pal over there. And then this would let the player pick him up and start swinging. And let me just restart the level so I can get it better, so I can actually swing it. Essentially, they're gonna be scared and like running away from you, and you're just gonna be swinging their friend around and beating their butts with it. Too bad it's so slow and I picked them up from all the way over there. That's why there'd just be one in here. But yeah, you can just like completely smack them around. I might make this a little faster or something, because this would be kind of slow to deal with. And you just like smack them all around. You can just throw this guy when you're done. And then yeah, this is where the collectible would be. It'd probably be lit more as well. Maybe have some kind of like sun shining through on it or something. And that's where the level would end. I think it's a better ending. It has like a little more action than, you know, nothing happening. And the swing thing is really cool, and I think a lot of players will be glad to see something like that. Because I know more experienced 3D platforming players probably will be yawning through part of the tutorial level. I mean, they'll like the movement and stuff, but the level itself isn't super interesting. This would give them something, some sort of promise to help pull them into the next level. And it's probably possible to jump up there, but you know, whenever this area isn't just primitives, we'll make it not possible, because yeah, we don't need that. Just put an invisible wall or something. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the swinging, because I spent yesterday and a little bit of today on it. I reworked the Lickguana's AI a little bit too, so that he has less randomness. He was really random before. I was using like generated floats to determine his next action. But that's not as fun as when he's predictable and you know how to manipulate the enemy to make him do what you want. So now after every single jump, he'll shoot his tongue out at you. It'll be easier to know he's doing that when he has animations, but he's stopping aiming and he shoots. I removed the jumping off the tongue. I don't know if I'm going to put that back in or not. I'll think about it. I guess I probably could. I don't know. I might put it back in. But for now, I took it off because there was a bug where you could punch his tongue and he would die. I fixed that now. I just never made the collider back on. Now you have to actually punch his body. I also made it so he'll no longer jump like directly behind you. It's always like to the side or backwards. He also jumps within a range to where you can't just like go in and cartwheel him to death quite as simply as before, at least. Unless you have momentum, then you might be able to. Even then, it's still not really. So you basically just wait for him to shoot, and you can punch him, or you could grab his tongue and swing him, or you could jump on his head. Or if you want to get like really, really snazzy with it, you could also just like I'll wait for his tongue to go out. Oh man, you could hit him midair with the kick if you actually like do it right. Not like that. This also happens sometimes. I haven't fixed that yet. Yeah, the swinging starts automatically. You don't have to rotate the joystick or anything, because I want the player to be able to like walk around with it. And a lot of the weight of this will be like in the animations. Like we'll have Jim leaning back as he does this. So it looks a little silly right now, but it will look way better later. And his placeholder tongue sort of pierces my chest, but what we'll do is just have an IK that just brings it to Jim without going through him. So it sort of like collapses in on itself when you're throwing him. The only reason it pierced me is because I picked him up and I pulled him closer to me when I swung him, because he was so far away that the swing was kind of weird. Okay, and I have these targets up here. I just have the rotating coin as the graphic for it. You notice there's only one at a time, and even if I'm closer to the one on the right, I'm still looking at the left one, so it's shining at the left until I do this one. That works to a certain extent. If I get far enough away, it'll automatically go to the closest one again. And these are numbers I can tweak. And once I press the throw button, if there's a target on screen like that, it'll automatically wait until basically the angle that he would launch at is roughly close to where that would go, and that's just for animation's sake. So if I were to press it when he was facing this way, it would wait until he did a full revolution here to throw it, and then it would cut off his velocity and then launch him straight at the coin, basically. And Jim will have sort of like an animation after a short one, like half a second, where he like throws him and you can't move for like a little second after. But then you can. And if you were to not be looking at a target at all, right now it just throws it into oblivion. I'll have to think about what behavior to actually put there. Whoops. I need to make that at the end of the tongue still. It's kind of offset. Make it so you can actually like throw him at sort of realistically if you're not at a target, because right now he just did it still throw at the target? That might be a bug that I might not be resetting the target when there's no target in frame. I think that's what that is. Okay, I'll have to fix that. So if I never look at a target, yeah, then he just goes into oblivion. That's something I'll have to fix. But yeah, that's the idea here. I think it's a lot cooler than it was. And it also, just like visually, it gives it like another third structure to look at from here. And that adds a lot of like depth, I think, to this whole little area. So I think generally it's a really, really good thing for us to add in here. I also added monkey punches. I haven't talked about that yet. I replaced the twirl with a punch. Basically it's the same thing, but it won't hit behind him for the most part. I also added punch sound effects. Which are really nice, actually. I really like those. You can do it while running, or you can do it while standing still. Plays a different animation. Well, it's the same animation, but one of them blends with the feet, and one of them, you know, looks more like a punch because he's standing still. There's probably other things that I haven't talked about, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I've been blocking out another level, but I don't want to show that off right now to everybody because I like playtesters that have not seen it before. And it's not like, I'm not completely happy with it yet. I'm sort of taking a break from it to finish this area up, I guess. But yeah, I'm in that here. Lots of cool jungle gym stuff going on. Excited to see how this area shapes out.